So yeah, we're existing in this time, and the thing is, with all this kind of, obstacles and all this kind of sufferings that we've had to go through, most people, most people spiritually aware that have kind of woken up to this culture. It's like, God, this is crazy. Something has to be done. We need some kind of change. But if you kind of step back, and see the bigger picture of the eternal, from the standpoint of eternal consciousness, right? Because the consciousness can't be, is not affected by any of this. It's not touched by any war, any of this nonsense. So when you kind of step back and see, my God, when you can realize, realize the ultimate state within this kind of mass network of delusion, then that is a spiritual force. It's like it's creating a stream that can literally liberate millions of human beings. And it's not just one person, it's not just a certain belief or this or that. It's everybody that is coming out of it, like that is physically gone into it and is coming out. It creates a stream, right? Where anybody that is experiencing different levels of suffering and ignorance, people can go through. Because again, if you come in a physical world that's free of 90% of suffering and mental stress and all that, and if you raise yourself beyond it, then that's just 10% of the human experience that you were able to liberate yourself from. But if you experience the full kind of delusion, right, that our society is almost masterfully, creating and putting into people. If you can, come out of that, then you can go into hells and liberate people. And I'm not just not literally, like, I'm gonna, there's a certain, like a bodhisattva that's a vow. I go, anywhere, even hell, to liberate. But we're not to look at that literally. It means that, anybody we can see, even somebody that feels trapped, that feels like there's no hope, that feels like they're completely stuck and inebriated by ignorance. And we say, no, that's not your possibility. That's not who you are. That's not your end. This is not a self-destructive consciousness. That in fact, in that time of darkness, right? That you and this kind of planet, is feeling, not this kind of the struggle, this war, this power and sense of control and this materialism. It's just like everything's solved by one fucking technology. It's just gonna solve the whole damn thing. Rather than any kind of sense of spiritual development, right? We're talking about the most anti-spiritual fucking environment that you can almost imagine. And we're living in it, right? And you can say, well, wow, man, that sucks. That's so bad. That sucks for those people, or it sucks for us to be in that. But actually, it's like, no, this is the ground. This is the mud, right? That the lotus grows out of. And the mud is all around at this point. It's not like it's, if you a part of this kind of modern experiment in culture, then the mud's all around. You've been living in it. Again, in your food, in the medicine, in your education, in the way the economy is structured, all the way to the top, into the politics. This corrupt. It's obviously corrupt and driven by, a few gigantic corporations that are just completely, enveloped by senseless, purposeless greed, endless greed and power. The greed for power and all this. That atmosphere is we're breathing it, we're living it. But again, in this particular time, there's powerful spiritual truths that are just emerging, right, from this muddy lake, right, and everybody has this possibility of flowering, and you can either, and that's why, if you look at it like, well, I just got all these engrams because of all this bullshit, and that's just making it that much harder, and it just, I need to, clear out this and that. Yeah, of course, yeah, you gotta blast it out. But that it's a in some sense it's a richness. Again, all the luxury and the pleasures that the Buddha had, that was his richness. That didn't corrupt his spirit, right? That didn't. That wasn't like an ultimate. That didn't really hold him back. That was almost his motivation. That was his fuel, right? To push him through years of tapas. Because he knew he had the richness of the world, right? But it wasn't fulfilling his spirit. But it's hard to really grasp that, without experiencing it firsthand. So again, we can, rather than viewing this kind of environment and culture and all this stuff that we feel like is what's holding us back, we actually can see it as what's motivating us towards, not just a kind of a power of now everybody, we're in this present moment. No, we're talking about, this is like rocket fuel. This is like the ultimate motivating force to realize, tremendous states of cosmic consciousness and merge with existence, right? Like in completely novel ways that hasn't been done before ever, right? In the cosmos. You think, well, that's a grand idea, certainly. No, 1,000 years ago, everybody's third eye was awakened, and it would have been great to be part of that. Sure, yeah. I'm not saying it's not, but this, this is now. We're living in this now. We have to accept accept this kind of present situation. And again, rather than seeing it as, well, this is a hindrance, and we can see it as fuel, right? So it's fueling, us individually to heal and to because what it means is it's not just a little technique. We need 1,001 techniques. We need all the methods. We need all the teachers. We need all the gurus, right? We need avatars from all over the place, right? We need all the spiritual beings. We need all the gods. We need it all. Bring it down. Bring all of it here now. Not just from me, everybody. And so what it does, it makes spirituality a necessity. Makes it living. It makes it like a revitalizing force. It's a matter of life or death. And you say, well, that's extreme. Well, yeah, that's the point. Our planet is on the brink of destruction. Not like not the planet, but the human species. The planet's fine to a certain degree, even though there's lots of damage. But I mean, the human species, a couple of wrong moves, and we could have 5 or 6 nuclear bombs, just millions of people. Complete, devastation, death. You say, well, that's a horrible thing. Well, of course, yeah, we're not saying that we shouldn't do everything we possibly can to reduce these risks. But again, we have to face the reality. And it's kind of like in the Bhagavad Gita, right? Why would Krishna? Why would he pick? The middle of a battlefield. He could have. He was hanging around with Arjuna. They were hanging out as friends, right? For years, thinking he could have, any moment, he could have said, look, you know what? Now that we're hanging out by this lake, and there's no distraction, there's all these birds and all these flowers, I think I'm going to share with you the ultimate truth about consciousness. Hey, by the way, I'm God. I'm the ultimate, and I'm going to tell you all the steps it takes to realize that. No, he didn't pick some beautiful field, some pristine mountain. No, it was in the middle of a battlefield. People were gonna die by the thousands. There was gonna be blood and decapitations and just the most horrendous acts of violence you can imagine. He says, by the way, right before this battle, now is the perfect time. Now I'm gonna share the ultimate. And so it's like that. That's, again, individually, it's almost like this battle that we're facing. All this, negative forces that are, obstacles, psychologically or environmentally, economically, whatever it is, all these obstacles that we're facing, it's like a battlefield, right? It's not like 100 years ago, yeah, there were struggles, but, it wasn't like, we had to face all these different things. You struggle to survive, and you build your log cabin, and you're farming every year, but you're not like worried about a nuclear bomb going off. My God, you're not worried about this news. All this negative news is being pumped into the even if you don't watch TV, that's fine. But the collective consciousness is experiencing. Millions of people are watching Fox News, MSNBC. Millions of people are experiencing this negativity. Even if you try to detach yourself from that, it's in the environment. And so again, Krishna comes down in the middle of this tremendous battle about to take place and says, you know what, by the way, this is the great time. This is the best time. Now I'm going to share the ultimate with you. Right? Now I'm going to share. And so that's what's happening. The ultimate is being shared on this planet. And whoever, and there's millions of kings. Right? I mean, if you have a house and a car and air conditioning and food and an iPod with access to anything you want, you're basically a king. You might feel like, I don't have a stable job or all this, but it's bullshit. You're basically a king. And so basically what we're dealing with is a planetary revelation of Krishna. Of that consciousness. Not just, the form of Krishna with the flute. He's there, but